everybody. Sal the Bookmaker, 37-4 so far in our 8th week. Today's show is brought to you by Legal Shield, providing legal protection and peace of mind for less than $1 a day. Legal Shield can help with traffic tickets, texting and driving, DUIs, court appearances, estate planning, and even contracts given to you that you just don't understand. Plus a whole lot more. Yes! Call Legal Shield right now at 213-245-1305. That's 213-245-1305. Again, 213-245-1305. Or visit them online at nocourt.us. Yes! Okay, Bookmaker, I want to get right into it today. This is a Thursday night. Is it Thursday?
No, man.
It's Friday. Okay.
What?
Happy Friday, everybody. Friday night, the eve before the wild card weekend. And Bookmaker has some winners this weekend, but he's not saying nothing. That's
because I don't know nothing.
We're going to change the name of this show to I Don't Know Nothing.
That's right.
He's up to 37-4. But yesterday, before we left, we talked a little NBA. And it's always difficult to wade through the NBA with Bookmaker because he can't talk about the NBA without getting in LeBrick and LeBron and all this stuff. But once we wade through the whole LeBrick stuff, we end up with talking about a little bit of the game. And we watched the Golden State-Houston game. The Golden State was up by 17. You said you got to keep an eye on the third quarter. That's where the flow of money really tells you how the game's going to turn out. And, of course, by the time we got home, Houston won in overtime. So I don't know how he's doing this.
I made a phone call. That's what it was.
I don't know how he's doing this. And earlier in the day yesterday,
they were down by 17, and I told you to watch something specific. And sure enough, this is exactly what happened. And I said, if that event happens, Houston's going to win the game. And sure, it took them into overtime. Who gives a damn? I mean, this was more about the numbers, and it wasn't really about the players. I don't care who scored 40, 50 points. I don't care triple doubles. Nobody gives a damn.
You don't even say that Houston was going to win the game. You just said that 8.5 was too much, and if Houston wins the third quarter, they're going to cover that spread.
No, but I actually said they were going to win. No, I said they were going to win too, which is crazy.
Yeah, you said that they could come back and easily win this game. I remember you saying it.
Yeah, I watched it again.
And of course, I mean, everyone who knows basketball knows that a 17-point lead doesn't really mean a lot because a lot of times those leads are just evaporated very quickly. But it's just what I'm getting at is how you're starting to look at these games because we haven't talked a lot of NBA, a lot of basketball because it's been football the whole time that we've been doing this show. We started November 5th, so it's been a predominantly football show as it should be because we're big on football and college football.
Well, it's the season too.
Yeah, as we're getting to the close of football, we have 4 weeks. We only have 11 more NFL games to go. We have 1 more college game to go, and so there's really 12 more football games to go. We're not going to bet the Pro Bowl. We're not going to call the Pro Bowl. You probably have something there, but we're not going to do that.
No.
But maybe that's prop bet heaven there, but
just the Pro Bowl. Just stay away from.
We have 12 more football games to go, so we're going to start getting into the NBA. We're going to start getting into college basketball.
Start getting in the NHL as well.
So it's the show's going to shift in the coming months.
Oh, it has to.
I'm saying. Yeah, it has to. And so you've given a glimpse. Now, of course, I pay attention to this.
I've given a 2-month glimpse as to what we're capable of.
In the last couple of days, you've given a glimpse into basketball. You called that Purdue-Iowa game. Iowa was ranked 25th in the nation. They went into Purdue. Right. It wasn't even close. It was another 17-point blowout or whatever it was, 19-point blowout. Yeah. Iowa.
Purdue, a ranked team was a big dog. Are we talking 9.5?
And Purdue was 8-5 at the time.
They're unranked.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna, as the show shifts, we're gonna start getting into that. I'm just giving a little prelim as to how this show's going. But now we're talking about the NFL weekend.
Hold on a second, real quick. So, just sticking with the NBA, I read something very interesting on the Portland Trailblazers today, and it was about their coffee regimen about an hour before the game time. You read the same thing, right?
I didn't read the article. I saw the headline, but I was indisposed today. I wasn't able to read a lot in this afternoon.
Right. So I guess the reason I bring that up is because now I'm wondering if coffee is going to become a banned substance in the NBA, like they have banned performance-enhancing drugs and this, that. Maybe it's a performance-enhancing, caffeine-loaded, whatever. Well, at some point, they may stop it and say, no, you're not going to do it anymore. And they've got one of the worst announcers in professional sports and college sports calling this game right now.
Who is that?
It's that lady. I can't remember her name. God, she's nails on chalkboard.
Not Burke.
No,
she's good.
No. It's the other lady.
I don't know the other lady.
She calls a lot of college football games.
I don't. I know you're talking about. I don't know her. I should know her.
It's very difficult to listen. It's not that I don't want the ladies in there, but she sounds like a game show host where it meets announcer, where it meets used car saleswoman.
Yeah, and you're not just bagging on a female calling a game. It's just the way she sounds.
No, it's the way she sounds. Yeah. She doesn't sound. She just doesn't sound right.
Okay, so
it's not genuine. You don't hear genuine excitement out of her.
You're talking about this Oklahoma City game. They beat the Lakers a couple nights ago. Now they're in Portland, and they're a very good team. They're a very good defensive team.
Right.
But
question is, how many shots is Westbrook going to miss tonight?
That's where I'm
that
headed.
Should be the over and under.
That's where I'm headed. I've never thought he's a good shooter. He's an amazing athlete.
No, he's not a good shooter.
He can attack the rim.
He does everything else.
Yes. But I looked up his stats. He's 7 for 43 in his last 2 games.
Yeah, well, just remember, this guy, in baseball we have the 5-tool player. So in basketball, you'd have kind of the equivalent. Well, he's 1 tool less, and that's a big tool because he can't shoot.
And it's kind of a tool also.
And what might that be?
He can kind of be a tool. Meaning,
and what do you mean?
Like in the neighborhood of Cam Newton. Sometimes he can be that way.
What do you mean by a tool?
Like a jerk off, a bad guy, like a bad guy with the media, just impossible to talk to sometimes.
Okay.
He could be that way.
How does the word tool equal that?
Well, it's just a term. I mean, you're not familiar with the term tool? I'm sure that you and I both have been called a tool on a few occasions, unbeknownst to us.
Hey, I don't know anything about that. All I know is I'm asking you a question. This is primarily for the Raider fans because maybe they look at it as something else, and I'm talking about a tool for this.
Yes. So, well, Westbrook. I challenge Westbrook, and I've said this to you before. I'd like to give Westbrook a basketball, put him in an empty gym by himself for a half hour, and see if he can make 50% of his shots. I don't think he can.
I would bet him. I'd bet $100 a shot. As long as he's 15 foot out, I think I'd make money after this hour.
He's in Lonzo Ball neighborhood. There's a lot of NBA guys that can't shoot. You know who couldn't shoot when he first got in the NBA? Jason Kidd couldn't hit the ocean from a boat. He couldn't shoot. But he worked at it. By the time he left the NBA, 18 years later, he was a very good outside shooter. He was a good three-point shooter. Some of these guys just don't work on their game when they get into the league.
No, Kidd was a great player.
Oh, he was an amazing player. I mean, I used to go to the Staples Center all the time.
And you say I don't like any other player besides Jordan. That's not true.
No, I don't say that. But you've
said that a few times.
No, superstars. Out of all the superstars, Jordan's the only superstar you like.
I would argue that Kidd was a star.
Yeah, he could be a superstar. Yeah, he was a superstar.
The one superstar I didn't like was Grant Hill.
How you don't like Grant Hill too?
I never liked Grant Hill.
Why? He was a great player.
Grant Hill spent half of his career banking money, sitting on the bench, earning money.
Well, he didn't. That wasn't his plan.
But I got it.
He signed that big contract with Orlando, and then he had that terrible heel injury for 4 years.
I'm a Duke guy. I'm a Duke guy. I know, and I don't like Grant Hill.
Well, Grant Hill's a great guy. He's wonderful with the media, super smart guy, comes from a great family, and he was a good player when he was healthy.
Right, but what I'm saying,
very good player.
What I'm saying is, Grant Hill was a disaster.
That wasn't his fault though. That was just an injury. I mean, that he tried very hard to overcome.
I'm just saying,
multiple surgeries.
I thought I would catch you off guard by saying that there's a Duke guy that I don't like.
Man, you don't like most of the superstars in the NBA.
That's not true.
Okay, you don't like Kobe. You don't like.
I loved watching Barkley play. He was a great player. He was just on the wrong team. His teams were always one player short.
Well,
and I like watching him on TV. He's funny. He's silly. He's stupid.
Okay, so
he
you
makes
like Barkley?
Laugh. Yeah, he makes me laugh. I love Shaq. I love Shaq.
I love Shaq.
I think one of Shaq's elves as well for the Shaq Claus thing that he does every year. Great stuff.
Who are Shaq's elves?
Well, it's some players, and Theo Ratliff's one of them.
The Lakers just can't do it. The Lakers screwed up that 5-year period of the draft, starting with, I guess, Julius Randle, who they let go. He's in New Orleans right now. The Lakers are getting blown out again by New York. They can't play without LeBron.
By New York.
The Knicks.
That's funny.
I mean, the Knicks are in L.A. right now. They're winning by 10.
And the Knicks are on the toilet.
The Lakers, they're young players. I'm just not sold on. Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, they're just not the answer. They have to move them, but the problem is the more they play, the more their value plummets. They're not going to get – I mean, if they try to trade those guys for Anthony Davis, good luck. New Orleans is going to go, there's no way we're trading anyone for those
we
two
want
guys.
5 first-round draft picks, too.
Yeah, and they're going to want that Josh Hart and Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah,
because
Kuzma and
both
Hart,
of those guys are way better.
Those are the only guys that have value out of those kids.
Those guys are way better than Lonzo Lonzo Ball. What a waste.
Nonzo.
What a waste.
Nonzo joke.
The only thank God that his father hasn't opened up his big mouth so far this year. I haven't heard from him this year. Last year he started up. Magic kind of got him quieted down. So far we haven't heard him critiquing Luke Walton or LeBron.
Oh,
or
it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. Especially when the trade comes.
Yeah,
that's when he's going to start popping off and being his usual self. I don't even want to say his name because that guy disgusts me. Go ahead.
I'm not a fan of his either.
All right, let's move away from this right away because it's cancerous. Quick, get away from it.
Okay, so we got a big wild card day tomorrow. I love, me, I love the big games. We have 4 NFL games, and then we close the weekend on Monday night, the week of football, Monday night with the college football playoff. What do you want to talk about first? I know you're not going to give away any picks, but do you want to talk about a game as a fan? Do you want to just talk about what's going to be a fun game to watch, or
I think as a fan, let's take a look at that Indy game, the Indy and Houston game, because that's the least attractive out of all the games, right? Everybody else, we're talking the Bears game, I don't give a damn. And I'm not trying to bag on any other people or whatever. It's just, look, from a betting standpoint, because that's what we do here, right? This is about place your bet. This is not about, I like this, I like that. I don't give a damn about that. Let's talk about an even-matched game. It's
kind of how I'm coming at it. I like stuff and I talk about stuff. You're the betting expert.
But I'm trying to bring some analysis to it. All right, so take a look at the game. This is a very even-matched game on both sides of the ball. They both play in domes. They both have a very good story as well, right? You've got Watson with the ACL thing. You've got Luck coming back out of nowhere.
Bad shoulder.
Right. You've got a good receiving core on either side. You've got good defense on either sside. I mean, the secondary is probably a little bit better in Indianapolis.
Yeah, because Houston's secondary is banged up. They're missing a couple starters. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, and a big hello to Jose because he says I like the Dodgers gear. Yes. Of course, I'm wearing the Dodgers hat. Got the old school 25-year-old hat on.
Yeah, that's great. 25. Yeah, that's great.
Attaboy.
Sal is you always got something new on. There's definitely today is nothing, no jokes there. It's just straight Dodger attire.
Right. Okay, so back to the games. All right, so look, everybody is avoiding for the most part the Indianapolis game because there's no sex appeal to it. Or is there? Look at the stories, right? Wade just mentioned some stories, but remember both of these teams play in the same division. Right? And they both play the same teams. They all play the same teams.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that each team won on their opponent's field. And they were tight games. Hold on. I'm on a roll.
So Houston won at Indy. Indy won at Houston?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the fact is the opponents won in the visiting building, right?
Yes.
All right. So the visitors won in each of the other buildings. All right. So but the fact is, if you look at those teams, you say, wow, they are eerily similar. But the question is, who has a better story and who has a closer time horizon to the end? Who has a bigger story? The Colts have a bigger story because nobody thought Luck was really going to play again. I mean, think about this. I mean, you didn't, I didn't, Jose, you didn't, Mike from Paducah, you didn't either, Timmy, all you guys. Nobody thought Luck was going to come back and play.
I thought he was going to play.
Hold on, and with effectiveness is what I'm after.
I thought he was going to play. I didn't think he would be this effective.
It's the effectiveness.
Yeah, especially when I saw him in preseason.
Exactly. The effectiveness is what this is about. And this guy, if you look back maybe 5-6 weeks ago, man, he was hitting his stride. This guy was stepping into his throws. He was hitting everybody in full stride. He was doing everything that he was supposed to be doing and that he did previously before the injury. So I would argue that the story is not only more timely, the story is better with Andrew Luck. We're going to pick up on that on the other side. Yeah, exactly. We're going to go right back to it. Anyway, folks, don't go where place your bet is going to be right back here on KHB 1400. Home of yours on as I show you the Dodgers.
Okay.
All right.
I gotta run to the head real quick.
All right. Hurry up. There he goes. Waddling away. What are you hobbling from, son?
Just don't worry about it.
All right. Yeah, Jose, really, if you look at these teams, they both have their pluses and minuses, right? But I'm not saying that I'm going to pick a particular game, but I suppose this is one of those ones you just want to watch it because it's really like flipping a coin, right? You flip the coin 100 times and maybe 49 times one way, 49 times the other. That's kind of what these two teams would do, I believe, if they played one another 100 times, right? What do you think? I have to wait about 20 seconds to get your answer because there's a big delay here on Facebook. All right. So maybe I'll start humming the theme of Jeopardy. And you can look at Nate Schmidt in the meantime. And the Schmitzicle. Everybody's going to get schmitzed. All right. I don't see an answer from you. There it comes. Yes, if I was betting, I would stay away from this game. I agree with you. Right. This is one of those games that picking a side is going to be difficult. So on the placeyourbet.vegas website, I'm actually giving away the total to this game, and I'm not giving away a side. I won't even talk about the side on here. And it's way too evenly matched. Way too evenly matched. But the total is very predictable, in my opinion. All right, you back? You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
All right, there's your boy Hopalong.
10, we got, minute 30.
Dude, you look like $1.50. You okay?
Yeah, no, I just took a quick shower and just ran down here.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to do 17 minutes. I'm going to do the countdown on this so we both know the exact time.
Oh, okay.
All
well,
right.
I mean, I look up there and...
Yeah, but it's
that clock tell...
I'm on one clock. I'm starting to go by this clock.
Well, yeah, that's the clock you need to go by.
I'm going to hit the button and it's going to run down.
Oh, that's fine.
It's a 17-minute... We have a 17-minute segment. All right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to hit it. As soon as I hit that button, I'm going to hit this button.
No, I know it's 17. I set the clock up.
Yeah, I know you know, because you're up at 4 a.m.
I know I'm up at fucking 4. You see these dark circles, folks? That's because I'm up at 4 or 4:30 every fucking night.
Don't you sleep until 10 or 11 in the morning? What time do you wake up?
I was up at 8:30 today.
Yeah, see.
Yeah. I don't get a lot of rest. I got 2 shows to do, and then I got a business to run on top of all that. And these businesses. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So, posturing the shows.
Let's finish Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're going with that story, the bigger story. We'll finish with that, right?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm just about done with it, but I'll recap it. That's fine.
We'll go to and then I was going to go game by game. Okay, 30 seconds.
That's fine. Oh, here's my promo. Here, I love this. Listen to this. Everything that other shows don't or are too scared to cover. There's no primetime show like it on air that'll punch you in the mouth, and you'll beg for more. Also, you could call in and participate with our cast if you dare. Join me and celebrity guests for Havoc and Mayhem weekdays at 5 p.m. here on KSHP 1400. Remember, folks, it's a circus, and we prove it every day. Because we don't want people getting pissed off. These fucking copyright things, whatever. I got to make sure I'm looking at the light.
I love to say the F word out
there. Hey, don't worry about that.
You do.
Hey, I wait.
Welcome back to Place Your Bet, everybody. This segment is brought to you by the American Business Trust Company. Yes. Helping your company with business strategy, sales and marketing, capital resources, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. Yeah. You the idea, and the American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. Visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com. Or call 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company. 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away.
All right. It's not a cup full of lies either, boy. You're getting better at running things over there. That's why you're sitting there.
Not today, but
whatever.
I said not today. I didn't bring nothing.
You said nothing.
Because nothing. Vegas just tied up 2. The second period. Vegas was down 2-1. So you just tied them 2-2. Vegas is red hot. The Lakers aren't. Right? The Colts is a better story right now with Luck coming back than with Deshaun Watson coming back.
Well, look, it's one guy's opinion. That's all it is.
Okay.
I think that the Colts have a better story, and they have a more timely story. That doesn't mean that one team is going to be better than the other one, but what it means is that if you're looking for a backstory to this for the betting line, think about all those people out there that are going to be betting the game. I don't know which way. Well, maybe do we take the home team? Nobody knows. Yeah. And you can flip a coin, but I guess really what you got to do, if you're one of those kind of bettors, which I'm not, but if you are, then you're going to have to take a look at what else is going on with these teams. Where's the emotional roller coaster ride? And I'm saying as a group, not for an individual. So who has more to gain? We know that the winner's going to go into the playoffs at the next game, and they're just going to lose anyway. It doesn't matter. But the idea is, I mean, they're not going to win the next game. It doesn't matter.
Because it's against either New England or Kansas City?
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Okay, remember what Luck did to Kansas City
I don't give a damn what he did. What's that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Just because he's got some good history against Kansas City, that he was down 20 28-3 or 20-0, whatever, 20-point lead came.
Not against this team.
No, okay. This team isn't really.
It's not about defense. It's a track meet.
Yeah, it's a track meet. Right. You're right.
So that doesn't matter. Played in Kansas City anyway. What the hell's the difference?
Yeah, and I agree. I don't.
It's going to be 12 degrees. You think those teams?
They're pretty even. I mean, I know. You've been very realistic about your picks.
No, I've been extremely realistic.
You've been actually surprised at yourself. I mean, you're like, hey, my God, like this is, you said it's ridiculous. I don't know what that word means. Just like I don't know what Tyrannosaurus means, but these are your words, whatever. Like
What's wrong with the Tyrannosaurus? I'm telling you, it's the best name in basketball. And that's what the Toronto Raptors should adopt, the Tyrannosauruses. What are you doing?
So,
dude,
do you have any questions?
Why are you
about
running
legal
through
issues?
there?
I'm not running through.
What the heck are you doing over there?
I'm not. Something happened. A button was hit accidentally.
This is what happens, it's live. Anything can happen. Tommy's driving over there. This is exactly why I've got you over there, and I'm sitting over there, and he's cussing at himself right now. This is kind of humorous, and I'm catching it on camera too.
Yeah, this is hysterical.
It's hilarious. All right, did you screw up the board now for the next 5 hours?
Like I accidentally hit a button down at the bottom.
What the hell are you doing hitting buttons for in the first place?
I don't know.
Don't hit the buttons.
First time I ever hit a button. I'm not on my seat, so I don't know if you want to come over here and fix it.
No,
but
man,
it's
all you.
All right, well,
It's all you, buddy.
The clock stopped rolling.
All right, well, let's just keep on trucking, man.
Keep on trucking, and then we'll wait for.
Well, let's see what happens at 40.
Okay,
right?
We'll just keep going.
Yeah, and the worst thing that could happen is at least we got on Facebook Live. We had a glitch on that for about a minute and a half or so, and I had to fix it. But now we're back streaming properly. Now I think Mike from Paducah could tell us if we're streaming properly.
I had Luther looking for a
house.
No,
so he can bet it.
He still has a house. Poor Luther. I was given the number online 702-221-7283 to call in.
We'll turn that
and
so
he
we
said,
can see it.
I can see it.
I can't see it.
But
you're not looking over. I'm looking that direction. Turn the damn phone.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn the thing.
Come on, Grand Pipple.
Okay.
Look at him. You're walking like you're 98 years old.
Hey, you know what?
You're halfway to 196. All right, what do you got?
I feel like it. There's a big axe on this thing that's bothering me. Okay, so let's talk about the next game tomorrow, the Seattle game in Dallas.
Dude, how'd you drive here?
Seattle game.
Did you drive standing up?
One cheek. On one cheek.
He's cheekless today, folks.
So listen, the Seattle game, Seattle in Dallas. Seattle's a completely different team away from their home field. They're not the same team.
Okay.
Right? They're dominant at home. On the road, it's hit and miss.
All right.
Russell Wilson, a lot of people are picking Seattle because they're saying that the combination of the coach and quarterback is much more experienced and better in the playoffs than the combination of the Cowboys coach and quarterback.
Let me ask you a question. Does it matter what people are picking?
No, it doesn't matter. We're just talking here.
I'm asking you a question.
No, it doesn't matter.
Does it really matter to you if somebody's picking this team or that team?
I'm just commenting on a lot of the narrative with this game. Well, I pay attention to this.
Take that narrative and flush it down the toilet.
I want to comment on the narrative.
No!
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to comment on the narrative because I want to point something out. Now Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, they have a playoff history, a successful playoff history. They've won a Super Bowl together. They've been to 2 Super Bowls. So they're saying that combination is better than a Cowboys combination because, of course, Jason Garrett is not well respected. He's just not. They think that everyone thinks that he's Jerry Jones's puppet. I don't think he is, but
Garrett
people think that.
And Phillip Rivers ought to go bowling because they can't win in the postseason.
They can't win in the postseason. Well, Garrett is 1-2 in the postseason.
Yeah, well, I know.
And Phillip Rivers is 0-for. Yes.
Yeah, he's 0-for.
Here's the thing. People forget, Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson do have a good history, but they've also made one of the worst calls in the history of the postseason. That pass on the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. What,
Stop
he gets a
living
pass?
in the past.
No,
it doesn't matter.
It matters. I'm talking about the narrative of this game. I'm pointing something out. Okay, Pete Carroll's he's a better coach than Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett never made a pass on the 1-yard line when the Super Bowl's on the line. So I just want to point that out, that let's look at this as a history. I don't know what you're doing. I have no idea what you're doing. Okay. Well, you take it from here then. If you're not
I'm listening to you. I'm listening. I'm just having some fun. Can we have a little fun here? Is it okay?
You take it from here. Let's go.
You're talking to me about about
You keep
Seattle.
saying it doesn't matter. You don't want to talk about it, so I'll stop talking about it.
No,
Okay.
I'm
All
not.
right.
Look, no, it only doesn't matter to me.
I know.
I asked you if it mattered to you.
Look, you don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. So
I didn't
go to the
say
next
it.
game.
No,
go
let's
to the next
stick with
game.
this game. Let's
no,
stick with
I'm
this
done
game.
talking about this game. Let's go to the next game. I'm going to start doing some sound effects here. A little gong of approval.
For you.
There we go. That's the fact.
Oh, he's going to run through the inventory.
It's impossible to break down a game with you. You just stop me every single time. I can't break down a game.
How did I stop you?
It doesn't matter. Why are we talking about this? You said that. Why are we talking about this? Okay.
I'm asking you a question.
You talk about what you want to talk about.
No,
next.
No, let's stick with this game.
You're up. Batter up.
All right, well, batter up. Well, then fine. Okay. I'm going back to the Dallas game. And the reason I'm going back to the Dallas game is because you shut the door on it too quickly. And this isn't really about the coach and the quarterback and the history. This is about what's going on this year. The history doesn't really matter because remember, just like at the roulette table, the odds reset every time, right? Every time the ball spins, the odds reset. Every time the dice get thrown, the odds reset. This is a betting show. And we're not betting on the past. We're betting on the possibility of tomorrow or the next day. Are we not?
Yeah. I wasn't talking about the betting. I was just talking about the narrative of the game.
I know. But
I was just talking about the word on the coaches pointed out something. That's all. I mean, go ahead.
No, but where I'm going with this, and that's fine. All I'm trying to say is for the people that could be picking up a subscription with placeyourbet.vegas, what is this about? It's not only about which team has a better probability of winning, but more importantly, it's about where that money has flown to from point A to point B in this house and that house. And we have a lot of casinos here in town that will tell you everything you need to know as a bettor. And it doesn't matter what player's playing, what coach is coaching. Watch the money. I've told you that 1,000 times, maybe 1,000, I don't know, a lot of times. But the fact is, Dallas has just as good a chance as Seattle does in this game. Now, I'm not going to tell you which way that I'm going to pick it because I'll tell you what, this game is no different than that Indianapolis and Houston game. This is a coin flip game for a lot of reasons. Absolutely, Tommy.
Seems like too close of a game.
It's way too close for some of the reasons you said. But remember, this Dallas team is a lot better than what people are giving it credit for. They're saying, well, it's an automatic win for Seattle because of Pete Carroll. No, it's not.
Yeah,
no.
I think the same thing. First of all, I don't know how people are acting like this Dallas team's a bad team. They have a good defense. They have a good running game. They have like numbers.
Look, they're a little bit soft in a couple positions, but other than that, they are just as good as Seattle. And I can't imagine why anybody would say, well, Seattle's this much better. No, they're not.
No. Especially not away from Seattle.
Look at the records. Look at who they've played. They've played like-kind schedules for the most part. It's not like Seattle really is that much better. And maybe, in Seattle, they would have that extra hand with the 12th man that they claim. But guess what, man? This game's not being played there. It doesn't matter. Throw it out the window, flush it down the toilet. And, folks, if you're going to bet this game, bet the money line. And bet the money line on a particular team. But more importantly, follow that over and under. Because that's what I'm going to give away on this game. And that's what I'm going to give away on the Colts and the Texans game.
Over under. Okay.
Yeah, over and under.
So the money line right now is 110. Dallas is a minus 110, right? Which is
should be 110 on both sides. Then.
Yeah, it's almost a pick 'em game, right? I mean, right now the line was open at 2.5, but the good chance that the line may even go down to 1.5.
Right. I mean, this could be a 1-point game.
Yeah, it'd be a 1-point game.
Right.
So they're thinking that. I mean, the odds makers are basically thinking that this game's going to be won by a field goal in the last second. That's kind of the way they're seeing this game. This game is going to be tight down to the wire, right? So, and that's the other thing is that, like you look at the kickers. The Cowboys have an unproven kicker. They got that guy Maher, who has his only year. He's kicked a couple 59, 62-yard field goals. He's also missed some 32-yarders. And Seattle's got that ancient guy, Janikowski.
Yeah. Yeah, but that guy, let me tell you, that guy can still kick.
He can
still kick 50 plus.
Well, I think they have a limit.
So I mean, is this going to be right like 52 yards?
Yeah,
or something?
I think he has a limit now.
Is this going to be one of those games? And folks, here's my suggestion: take a look at the proposition bets. There are places that you could bet these prop bets, and look for the amount of field goals. There will be an over and under on the field goal total. That's another fun one that you could bet on. You could actually parlay that with the game total points.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because this could be a field goal.
It should be a field goal fest.
Yeah. Well, first of all, the Cowboys have one of the worst red zone offenses in the NFL.
That's right.
They don't get in the end zone.
Yeah.
They kick more field goals than touchdowns to begin with.
And Seattle's going to be a little bit more conservative in the red zone. They're going to go for the big play on first down, but watch and see if they don't sit back because they know they got a guy that's automatic. So look for a field goal fest.
Yeah. Okay. So that game's coming down to the wire, and we're going to see if Jason Garrett chokes at the end of this game. Bill Parcells had that great line many, many years ago, you are what your record says you are. Jason Garrett's got a winning record. I don't understand how he gets the tag of being a horrible coach. We've seen some bad coaches.
Well, we've seen a lot of bad coaches. But what we haven't seen Jason Garrett do is really drive that team through the playoffs and really get himself at least to a championship game.
He doesn't have
that's what's one of the knocks against him.
He doesn't have an identity, too. His team doesn't seem to play with an identity. We saw Doug Peterson come in, take over the Eagles, and that team took on his identity. Doug Peterson basically was a guy that was going to go for it, and that team went for it. And this guy Nagy has an identity. It seems like that team is taking on sort of they impress their will on their opponent. I've never seen that with Jason Garrett. I don't see the Cowboys really doing that.
Okay, so ask yourself this. You don't see Jason Garrett doing it. Is it because of Jerry Jones? I think that's the real question behind Jason Garrett.
I always look for Jerry Jones meddling and being involved, but I don't see a lot of it.
Hold on a second. You see, you got to remember, you take a guy like Jerry Jones, and Jerry meddles into his team on a regular basis. It doesn't always hit the media, but I believe that Jerry Jones, I believe that Jerry Jones is telling Jason Garrett, this is what you do. Jason Garrett is Jerry Jones' puppet. Period. This is Jerry Jones running this team from top to bottom. This is not about Jason Garrett. That's why he hasn't been fired.
Well, you're not alone. Most people think that. Pretty much everyone thinks that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my point.
But
so you got a puppet?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Against who?
I don't see it. I don't see basically Jason Garrett playing who Jerry Jones wants to play, calling the plays that Jerry Jones wants. I don't know. I mean, Jerry Jones picks the players.
I don't know. I'm not
Jones
in that dialogue with them.
For sure. I know that Jones picks the players, but I know that Jerry has a team now picking the players because they've been picking great players for the last 5 years. They have a lot more talent on this team.
But what I'm saying, when it comes to third and this or whatever, maybe you'll have Garrett say something and then in his ear somewhere that we don't know about or coming from, I don't know, from the sky. Maybe Jerry Jones is saying something. Hey, you never know.
No, I don't think that's
He's
happening.
A control freak. You never know. The guy's on TV, he's on radio, he's everywhere.
Yeah,
he's got to be seen all the time. We don't know because we're not there, but something tells me the reason he hasn't been fired is because Jones has been making the real decisions and he's got a puppet in Jason Garrett.
Yeah, but Jones hasn't always had a puppet. I mean, he had Bill Parcells. He's had some big name
I'm talking about
coaches.
him today. Never mind the past.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see it. That's very possible. I don't know.
We don't know.
Because, like I said, you're not alone. Everyone says that. I'm always looking for that. I mean, I see Jerry Jones has that weekly radio show, which I think is ridiculous, just like Ben Roethlisberger's weekly radio show, right? I see that all the time, too, and I think that's ridiculous. And he's talking about who's playing, who's not playing, and all that stuff. But I'm looking for the actual day-to-day operation of it, and I just don't see it.
All right, folks, we're going to be back here on Place Your Bet in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come. We're going to talk about some of the other games that are on the slate. Back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Viva Las Vegas.
Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to push that.
Let's take a look at this. Let's see what the hell happened here. Yikes. All right, what do we got?
All right. So that's...
Is it good?
So it looks good.
News.
Yeah, see, no. Like, I hit a button.
Dude, you advanced everything.
I know. I hit a button at the bottom. I just have to hit this button at the bottom.
Guys, the wheels are coming off.
So here's options. So how do I go back to a reset thing?
Jump and requeue, I think.
Where's jump and requeue? Okay, so how do I go to this Kelly Vegas
hold on. Let me get in here. Let's see what we got. Kelly Vegas, when to place your bets.
That's where we're at.
That's what's being played right now. All right, requeue.
Okay, you did it. Here, you did it. So that's going to go to Kelly Vegas, and then you're going to go to Legal Shield. So you did it.
I should bet 19.4. Looks like we're behind.
Yeah, so we're going to have to cut it short. What's playing right now? Legal Shield.
Yeah.
All right, then Kelly Vegas is next.
Let me see what the time looks like. All right, we've got 40. It's supposed to be back at 40 and 50. Yeah, this is right. Because then Kelly Vegas and place your bet. All right.
Okay.
There it is. Look. Yes, I fixed it. Ah.
All right. So I go to options. I go to jump and requeue. You hit Kelly Vegas.
Right.
I brought it back up. Okay.
Right.
So I accidentally hit this button down at the bottom.
Yeah, sometimes, folks, look, we have a board right here. Sometimes things happen and you accidentally hit something. There's a lot going on this touch screen. And so believe me, anything could happen there. And so it looks like see it. Oh, no. Don't hit that. Kill that. Dude, where's the music? Yeah. Not yet. You got to wait for this one to go. What's the matter? Look at this guy. You're all over the place. You know what it is? You're missing your hat. That's what it is. You don't have your lucky hat on.
Dude, I was under. Like 4 hours ago, I was completely under.
I was completely. I get it.
Anesthetized. I mean, under.
I get it. You got the thumb treatment. All right. Yes. Field goal fest for me. That's from Mike. And hey, Derek, what's crack-a-lacking, buddy? All right. Coming right up here. Fucking blast
so
the
in
thing.
10 seconds, I'm pushing Tony Bennett bump. In 10 seconds.
That would be the bumper music.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as Cali Vegas ends, then you hit the Tony Bennett bumper music, right? Okay, right there.
It says 0.
Yeah, I know. Now I just got to wait basically 30 seconds.
Why 30 seconds?
Because I know where the music goes. That's when I like to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at you with your hat all sideways. You're a mess. That's hilarious. Okay. All right, folks, we're coming back here in just a moment. All righty.
Just tell me when.
All right, bring the music down. Okay, folks, welcome back to Place Your Bet. I'm Sal the Bookmaker. This segment is brought to you by Cali Vegas, helping people just like you create and host your very own radio, TV, or multimedia talk show. Cali Vegas can help you with everything you need to get out of sitting at hours of traffic every day and host your very own talk show in your very own studio. Call Cali Vegas right now at 949-445-1119. That's 949-445-1119. Again, 949-445-1119, or visit them at calivegas.com. That's CALI Vegas.com, and tell them Place Your Bet sent you. All right. And a big welcome to everybody watching us on Facebook Live as well. And make sure you check out placeyourbet.vegas. Check out the characters. There's Tommy T. There's myself, Sal the Bookmaker. And there's a big pile of money. Pile of money is getting bigger and bigger. And guess what? Your pile of money should be getting bigger as well if you've been betting right along with us. Check out the record. The record's real. 37 wins against 4 losses. It's all documented. Go back to our podcast, listen to every one of them, and you'll see it's not a bunch of BS. It's the real deal. Why? Because we don't pay attention to this player and that player. We pay attention to money flow, and you got to know how to pay attention to money flow. That's it. This is not about this guy is injured. No, I don't give a damn about that. It's all about where's the money going. That's what we do. That's why the pile of money is our third character. All right, Tommy, where are we at?
I just got on the website here. I'm just looking at placeyourbet.vegas. It's a beautiful website. I think you stayed up till 5 in the morning on multiple nights to get this thing done. That's what you do, right? First of all, you got a couple good pictures of us. Right? We got some professional photographs of us.
We do, hey.
You got to
bring the camera over there.
You got a couple good pictures of us. I mean, we look, these are good. There's Sal.
There's Sal the Bookmaker.
Very nice pictures, and then it's a nice picture of
Look at a pile of money.
third character.
Oh. That's actually, it's 100 grand in that image right there. It's 10 stacks. Yeah. And those are all sequential bills, by the way.
It's 100% true, too. So the website's excellent, too. And you have, you basically have our resumes on here, just so, that we're not jackpotting around. It's, the great coach Jerry Sloan said that to me once on the court when I was at the NBA Finals in '99.
Jackpotting around. I love that.
I was doing a show for Comedy Central, and I was basically interviewing Greg Ostertag, that big center from Kansas.
Right.
And Jerry Sloan saw me talking to him, and he pulled me aside, and I'm on camera. I was doing the show, and he said, "Listen, we're not here jackpotting around. This is the NBA Finals." And I said, "I know, sir." I told him,
What do you mean jackpotting around?
Listen, what am I going to do? It's Jerry Sloan.
But I like the idea of jackpotting around. That sounds great.
Well, listen, I had to explain to him, "Sir, we work for Comedy Central. That's kind of what we're doing here." And he said, "Well, I don't go for that." And I said, "But even though I am jackpotting around, I know all about you." I said, "I don't know about your playing days." He goes, "What do you know about my playing days?" I said, "I know that in 1975 you lost in the Western Conference Finals to Golden State when Rick Barry and Golden State won the NBA championship." He goes, "How do you know that team?" So I had to rattle off the starting lineup. I said, you were in the starting backcourt with Norm Van Leer. The forwards were Bobby Love and Chet Walker, and your center was Tom Bullwinkle. And then he let me, after I knew that team in ’75, he let me talk to his players. He let me continue interviewing Greg Ostertag.
You know what's funny? One of my sisters, to be nameless, she used to like to go to the riverboats back in Chicagoland. We didn't have like the regular land-based casinos because we couldn't do it. It had to be on water. And so my sister started out playing like these little quarter machines, right? trying to win a couple bucks here and there. And she liked the machines. I'm like, look, if you really want to do this right, play the $5 machines because they'll pay higher percentage. I'm not going to get into it why, but they pay a lot better. So my sister started playing the $5 machines, and I told her, I said, look, here's what you got to do. Change your license plate to whatever the number is and change it to hand pay. Because she would constantly get jackpot after jackpot, hand pay, the W-2s or whatever, the W-2Gs.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Hand pay after hand pay after hand pay. And it's funny because her accountant said that she was in the jackpot business.
Because she hit a lot of jackpots.
Yeah, where's the laugh track? You're killing me here.
Because I honestly, I didn't know how that story connected to Jerry
Sloan.
I just gave you a gem of a story.
She was in the jackpot business.
Okay.
That's true. And
all right.
The accountant said that. And it's funny, I brought that up to her just a few weeks ago. I said, I remember back in the day when you were in the jackpot business. I mean, now you're in a different business, but
okay.
It was really funny, though. I mean, you had to be a part of it to see what it was. It was humorous, though, I got to tell you.
All right. Well, this website is excellent. I mean, just excellent. And you have our YouTube account on this website where you can get our history, basically.
Right. You can watch our videos just like we're doing here and with our crack one camera work. I mean, it works, man. It works. It's quirky. It's weird. We're weird and quirky, but guess what? We know how to do what we do.
The thumbnails. The thumbnails are great, man. The thumbnails are you in a different hat. A couple times you have two hats on.
Yeah, I don't know. I had the Christmas tree suit on as well.
You got the Schmitzicle and one of them, but every thumbnail is just a different expression. These are great.
Yeah.
These are great.
It's fun stuff. But look, folks, if you don't believe what we're doing here, just go back and watch the videos. They're entertaining anyway. They go back, I think, for the first 2 weeks isn't on there, if I'm not mistaken, but there's plenty of videos on there.
No, you're right. It starts the 20th of November. We started on the 5th of November. So,
something
we don't
like
have the
that.
first 2
Yeah,
weeks.
there's a couple weeks that's missing. It doesn't matter, but it's entertaining, though, because why? We're entertaining. That's what we do.
These are great. There's one video where we only have 17 minutes. The fourth or fifth video only had 17 minutes. So something must have happened.
Oh, no, I think there was a break in those.
Everything is 54 minutes, and everything is great.
Yeah, but see, if you put it on autoplay, then you could verify all of this stuff that we're telling you, and you can see that we're not full of crap. So for everybody that says, I pick winners every time. No, you don't pick winners every game.
That's important. The 37-4 is very important because, anyone could sit up here and say, hey, we're picking winners. We're picking winners at a 90%
Go
clip.
verify ours.
Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty tedious to verify these.
And how many have I given away that we didn't even count in the stack on top of it? I don't even want to go there.
Just in conversation.
Yeah. There had to be another 6 or 7, but I'm not going to bring them up into the tally. I don't give a damn. The fact is, I've already proven over 2 months that's exactly what I can do. And remember when we first started this show back on November 5th or whatever, I had said, we had a conversation, and I said over a 2-year stretch, my winning percentage was 82.1%.
That's what you came into the show with.
Yeah, that's what I came in with. And that's for the 2 years previous. I mean, that's not a joke. I mean, we're over 90 right now, which is lunacy. But you know what? I'm picking them because I'm not following everybody else. And I don't give a damn what the 4-letter network has on TV. Nobody cares because that's not going to get you a winner. What's going to get you a winner is understanding where the money goes in these games.
I don't know how you're doing it. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I followed these, what do you call them? These tout.
Oh, yeah, all the tout shows. I'm going to give away this game. I'm going to give away that game. You're full of crap. You give away those games, and that's why people are following you and they're losing.
Yeah, I follow these tout guys, and they claim 60. They're looking for 65%, maybe 70% if they're really good. They give you 3 picks. And
I love when they say, well, we like this. Who gives a damn what you like? This isn't about what you like. It's about what the money likes.
So it's legit. This is a legit Place Your Bet show. This is a perfect thing for you. You came to me with this idea a few months ago. You had this idea. You wanted to basically reintroduce the character Sal the Bookmaker because you're a different character on your other show. It's a whole different thing.
But 3-4 years ago, I was Sal the Bookmaker on a different show as well.
No, you wanted
and
to bring
that name was tagged on me when I was on the 4-letter network.
And you wanted to bring it back, and I understand you wanted to bring it back, but I didn't know how this was going to go.
Do you know, Tommy, do you know how many games that I like personally, but I would bet against? So I don't go on what my personal, I don't get attached to a team, like, whether it's my home team or whatever.
Not at all.
You never bet where your heart's at. My point is, there's a lot of games that I would love to see you go away. Oh, I like this team. That doesn't mean crap. What it means is that I shouldn't be betting that game unless I know where the money's going. So don't, folks, the lesson learned here, don't bet where your heart's at. Don't think you know everything because you don't, because the money knows where everything is.
I hate to
That's the most intelligent thing you've heard all week.
I hate to lock people in, but you know where the money's going because this is how you've looked at it for decades now, right? So
it's not an accident.
You're able to look at a game, follow the money line. So you can't teach this to someone. It's not like, oh, hey, follow us and I'll show you how to do it.
You can't YouTube and figure out how to do it like a lot of people do, or like Gambling for Dummies or Sports Books for Dummies. That stuff doesn't exist. I mean, there's dummies out there at the sports books, but there's no Sports Books for Dummies books.
So anyway, we're going to keep going with this thing because, like I said, I love the website. I love what you're doing. And we're getting, we got a month of football to go. We have 11 games. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to pick all 11 games.
No, I may pick none.
Or one. Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, maybe there's some. You're going to maybe pick some totals, some over and unders. We have
this week. Yeah, the people that are subscribing this week, you're getting totals and you're going to get one game. So I'll give 4 picks, but that's what you're getting with a subscription. And I'm not giving anything away on this show. No way. Forget it.
Absolutely. So I understand that. You have okay, Rocky. You have the NCAA championship, which I love, Clemson and Alabama. I think it's going to be a great game. Someone was asking me for a pick the other night.
Hey, I love the idea. I love the idea of Clemson winning. I love the idea, but it doesn't mean they're going to win.
No, you claim that Clemson's the best team in the nation.
I think Clemson's the best team in the country.
My claim is, I don't believe
but that doesn't mean they're going to win.
No, and I find it hard to believe that a freshman quarterback can beat Nick Saban in a championship game. I just find it hard to believe. Clemson's faced them twice in a championship game already, and they had Deshaun Watson, and it took basically a Herculean effort by Deshaun Watson to beat them, and I just don't see Trevor Lawrence pulling it off that way. He's a good quarterback. He's a kid. He claims that his high school state championship game got him ready for the big stage. I thought that was kind of funny.
Okay, so ask yourself this. Defenses are pretty similar, right?
Seem to be.
Pretty similar.
Clemson they both have dominant defensive lines.
Right, okay.
They have top 10 draft picks on their defensive lines.
Just yes or no, right?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to elaborate a little further on that.
Okay, offensively, you have to give the edge to Alabama. You have to give the edge because they've got 2 able quarterbacks.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
And guess what? These guys have some experience, all right? So you give the edge to them. They've got a good running back as well, the kid from Tulsa, right? And so
Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs.
Who's their third running back.
Right, but he's good.
They got the
doesn't matter.
They got the Harris. Yeah, they got the Harris guys too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so where I'm going with this now.
Okay.
Now,
yeah, they got the Harris guys.
Let's think about special teams. I give the edge to Clemson, a big edge to Clemson in special teams.
Why is that?
Don't ask why. I'm giving the edge.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is you've got an edge offensively one way, and you're going to see what? You're going to see 3 and outs in this game. You're going to see maybe 6 or 7 plays and an out or something like that. There's going to be some punting going on here. Special teams is going to play a real big role in this game. Don't be surprised if that's where Clemson doesn't get some extra points. And I think that's going to be the difference in the game.
And what about
that's just my opinion, but that's not where the money's going. I'm just saying this is me as a fan of football.
Yeah. No, and I'm just talking about just like looking at the game, not as a betting game, but just looking at Nick Saban's history. He's difficult to beat in these games.
Sure he is.
A freshman quarterback, that's a tall order. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying this quarterback can't get in the game and just dominate. Mm-hmm. It can happen. Certainly can happen. It just seems like that's, not the way to beat Saban. It seems like you need some experience under center.
Well, you need that, but you also need something. You need the intangibles. We always get those matchups in the big games. They say, well, offense this way, a defense this way, and special teams this way, and then intangibles this way, right? And so those intangibles, I think, are going to be the difference in the game because the defenses are fairly evenly matched.
Yeah,
I would really say that. I'll give the edge, like I said, to Bama on the one side, but I'm going to give a big edge to special teams on Clemson. And me personally, as a fan of football, I'm rooting for Clemson because I don't want to see Alabama win again. I just don't.
Sure, and I get it. You like the underdog.
I love the underdog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although Clemson's hardly an underdog anymore.
I know it's hard.
They're in the Bama.
I know it's hard
category.
to imagine Clemson being a dog in any game, but
they are.
Here they are.
They are a dog to Bama. They're a 5-point underdog to Bama.
And you know how I feel about those 5-point lines.
Yeah, I don't know.
5.5. I love those lines.
Okay, I didn't know that you love those
lines.
Love
those lines.
I know the half a point you're looking at all the time.
Yeah, but whenever they're 5.5, that rings something very special to me.
Now these coaches.
Actually, you look at a lot of the wins that I've had, 5.5 point lines.
Okay.
Yep.
First of all, I talked about this a couple of days ago. I think Nick Saban's a fantastic coach. Another thing I love about Saban is he seems connected to every facet of the game. He's not an offensive coach, he's not a defensive coach. He's on every single play. A lot of coaches, Nagy's an offensive specialist for the Bears. I don't know where Dabo's background is. I know he was a wide receiver when he played for Bama back in the 70s or whatever it was, or the 80s. But it just seems like Saban is so connected, and he's always making adjustments. He's a fantastic coach. Dabo is a different kind of coach. His energy level.
Dabo is a player's coach.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Difference.
I was going to say his
team is a lot looser around him.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say his energy level and his emotional connection with his team. He just really has his team playing at an excellent level, and they're focused. They're very focused, and they play at Dabo's emotional level. Like Dabo's another great coach. They're different. They're different coaches, and we've been seeing a lot of these guys over the last 4 years. They've been basically dominating the college landscape. You've had Urban Meyer with Ohio State, who's always there too. It's just these college sports, the coaches are really fascinating. But they really drive the teams.
Just remember, if you're playing for a coach and you used to play ball, it's the same thing. Whether if I had a head coach that was, or a manager that was not really the player's coach, I didn't want to play for him. I want to play for someone that's going to allow me to have a little bit of fun out there and say, you know what, it is a game. Let me play the game, and hopefully we'll win. We don't know. I don't want somebody to micromanage and sweat every negative thing that happens on the field, because that's exactly what Nick Saban does. And that's when Nick Saban is his own worst enemy. And we saw the same problem.
I don't see when he's the worst enemy.
Hold on. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but I'm just saying this is where I'd say this is one of his weaknesses, just like with Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer had the same problem, shows way too much emotion on the sideline, where Sweeney kind of reminds me of Pete Carroll. They're very easygoing kind of guys on the sideline. Their demeanor is, nonetheless, that's what we see. That's what they portray. And those are player coaches, and that's why certain teams have a more winning record over time, because there's less pressure, seemingly, from the audience point of view onto the players.
I see what you're saying. But I don't see Saban being his own worst enemy. I just don't see that.
But you could self-destruct micromanaging everything is where I'm going with it.
Yeah, that could be, and when you're on every facet of the game, he is a micromanager. I mean, he does.
Yeah.
To some ridiculous success. I've seen him blow a gasket on the sidelines, grab a guy by the face mask.
Well, he
yell.
seems to do it every game at some point.
And I don't mind that, because I just think that he does a fantastic job with that. You know, so I don't mind that. But I could see him being a little much.
Okay.
Right.
All right, well, I'll tell you what.
Absolutely much. I could see that.
Tommy, let's do this. Let's sit back and let's watch these games. And if anybody wants to pick up one of these subscriptions, go to placeyourbet.vegas. Go ahead, take one of them. It's worth your time, worth your money. And we're going to watch the games just like everybody else. So until next time, so long, everybody, from Place Your Bet. And we'll see you soon. All right.
Okay, right at 50.
All right, we're all good? We're all good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're good.
All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen,
look at this. Come over here. Look at this.
We'll see you next time here on Place Your Bet. So long, everyone.
Look at this. This is fun. I'll tell you right now, your Place Your Bet.